Hey there, beautiful mamas. How are you today? I'm excited to tell you about this topic. There's 6 questions I always get asked, and I'm going to go through each of them with you.
Hey there, I'm Diane, and I am your healthy pregnancy advocate. Your beautiful pregnant body is going through a lot of changes right now, and if you're like most women, that kind of freaks you out, right? Well, have no fear. Over the last 20 plus years, I've helped thousands of mums to enjoy a relaxed, calm, and confident pregnancy. And now it's your turn.
All right, before we start anything, I want you to save this video and I want you to subscribe to the channel so you can always go back and get this information. Because listen, I know your noggin is there full of questions as a first-time mama, right? You want to protect your precious bump, and it's a full-time job. You have so much information thrown at you. You have so many questions, and there's always new symptoms going on, right, that you need to decode. A real bombardment of well-meaning advice coming at you. But I know those tiny little worries are at the back of your mind. So let's go through them and make sure you have pen and paper so you can write down some of the answers. So as your friendly, what do I call myself? Your healthy pregnancy advocate, I've heard it all. I've had a lot of mamas ask me different questions. So let's get right to it. And the first thing I want to do is share with you the foods to eat or not to eat. Right? That's a big question. That is actually number one. What should I be eating? So that's $1 million question all my lovely mamas pop out. You know, we've got loads of online resources that can be great guides for you for eating really healthy. Actually, it's really great if you can take a peek of something called Nutrition During Pregnancy. So that'll get you an idea as the important foods that should be in your body. Remember, you do want to stay clear of anything that might contain pesky bacteria. That's a no-no. Bacteria can be really bad for you, your stomach, and you know, it can be a party pooper, absolutely. And it's awful, you know, if you get sick through any kind of bacteria. So you want to avoid things like raw or undercooked meat, fish, eggs, and sprouts. So don't forget about homemade mayonnaise too, and dressings, because if they have raw eggs in them, they are a no-no. And you know what? Sprouts are notorious for harboring bacteria. This is something you may not even think of. Also avoid any raw milk and certain cheeses and some types of different cheese like feta, blue cheese. You know what? Here's something interesting. Always give your deli meat a good cook before you eat it. So hot dogs, deli meat, cook it up in the microwave, whatever, make sure it's cooked and there's no bacteria. So seafood, when cooked, is a superstar, right? It provides really valuable omega-3 fatty acids. But it may be something you have to watch out for because you want to beware of food, or fish rather, that is high in mercury, okay? So things like big-eyed tuna, king mackerel, marlin, orange roughy, shark, swordfish, and tilefish. Now, I know a lot of you don't even know some of those, but those are the ones that are no-no. Next on the list is that sacred cup of joe, right? Your coffee. The jury's still out on whether coffee consumption can increase a risk of miscarriage or preterm birth. So the general consensus is 12 ounces a day of coffee, caffeine of any sort, is typically okay. So you may have your cup of coffee. That also includes, you know, your tea, chocolate if you're a chocolate lover, any other foods that have caffeine in it. So no more than 12 ounces of that a day should be just fine. Next on the list is, should I exercise? Well, yes, yes, and yes. You know what? If you've been active before, don't let pregnancy slow you down one bit, right? Aim for about 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week, and that could be just, you know, a quick 10-minute walk one way and back, and some stretching. Nothing better than good old walking and swimming, and of course yoga. Prenatal yoga is your new best friend. Always, though, check with your doctor or your medical expert just to make sure that exercising is okay for you, and then it's not going to be a concern. But if you definitely are active, you're going to want to stay active. But if you are new to the world of sweating and motivation, start slow. A simple walk to the corner and back can do wonders for your health. the fresh air. It's going to gradually build up your stamina, right? So you can even walk if you have kids at home. Just make it your routine, your time, okay? What about kicking? Here's the kicking question. When it comes to the baby's movements, new mamas can get a little anxious, right? You're waiting to feel some kind of sensation of movement in your stomach. Now, that usually does come around the second trimester, around the 5th month mark. Now, if you do feel a decrease in those adorable baby kicks, consider doing some counting. You know, after a large meal of the day, when your little one is maybe having their dance party, kind of get an idea of when they tend to kick up a bit of a storm, okay? Also, sleepy time conundrums. Now, I know that you might have read that sleeping on your left side throughout your entire pregnancy is the way to go. There is a lot of information on this. Trust me though, you can snooze on either side, right or your left. However, as your belly is growing, sleeping on your back can be a little bit of a problem, right? And then it can be a squeeze on your blood vessels that supply blood to your uterus. So that is why they suggest sleeping on your side, usually on the left side. Now, feeling like you've run a marathon when you only climbed a flight of stairs, anyone here feel that way? You feel breathless at times. Yeah, that's pretty normal in your pregnancy. So your pregnancy hormones are affecting everything. Your lungs, they may be making you feel short of breath. If you are experiencing anything like chest pain or cough or, heart palpitations and shortness of breath, that is something you definitely need to see your doctor about. You don't want that going on. You don't want to be feeling faint or anything like that. But you will feel sluggish and out of breath, especially as, your tummy grows and your pregnancy continues. So listen, remember, mamas, that we are always here for you. Whenever you've got questions, don't hesitate to reach out. Pregnancy is such a journey, and you're just, either starting it, you're in the middle, or near the end, but there's so much to learn, and we want to make it as smooth as possible for you. Speaking of making it as smooth as possible, I'm always about meditation and affirmations. What you'd like to do is do that on a regular basis. Take the time for yourself. Learn some meditations, read them, say them to yourself. You can even actually say them into your phone and then play them back. Hearing it will also make it a little bit deeper and ingrained in you. So you can listen to my meditations on my program. If you're in the program, check out our Facebook page on and Facebook, our free group page, and just be part of a group of mamas that are doing the same thing that you are, because it's so important to remember and remind each other, how you doing today? What have you done for you today? That kind of thing. It's that whole analogy of, in an airplane, you grab the oxygen mask first. You are much better helping other people when you are looked after first. So make sure you look after yourself. Drink plenty of water, get plenty of sleep, have some exercise, eat great foods, meditate, journal, do all these wonderful things for you. But you know what? Not just during your pregnancy. Continue to do them after. And there's some really great things that you can continue to teach your kids. Once they're born, once you have toddlers, one thing I always have done with my boys is ask good questions. I'll say to them, ask yourself good questions. And that was when, things get a little hyper, or if they're scared, or things aren't going well. Ask yourself good questions, honey. How can this be better for you next time? Get them to feel that they have some control, and then they can also learn breathing techniques, same as you. Teach those techniques to them. Teach them how to relax and be calm, because a happy, calm mama means a happy, calm baby and toddler and child. It's just a full circle and cycle of feeling wonderful and content. So those are the things I wanted to share with you. Never feel that you're asking too many times. Ask questions over and over again. As I said, save this video, subscribe to a YouTube channel, and if you have not been on my webinar yet, you should sign up. It's www.havingababy.io. Jump on one of my live webinars and learn about all the techniques I share here with you. Have a wonderful day, mamas. We'll be talking to you soon. Love that belly.
Thanks for dropping by and watching the show with me today. I hope you really got something out of it.
Hey, listen, I just want to remind you that if you are carrying a baby, you also need to be carrying a subscription to our YouTube channel, because we're going to give you all the information that you really need to make the most out of your pregnancy and have the most enjoyable journey. And I have a very special offer I want to tell you about. I've been helping moms enjoy their pregnancy, reduce pain, and get the most out of their pregnancy for over 20 years. And I've built an online workshop that I'm doing right now to help new moms really understand the 3 fundamental secrets that you need to know so that you can go through your entire pregnancy and labor with as little pain as possible. So if you want to watch the workshops and join me, go to havingababy.io. We'll see you on the next show.